Can non-physicians own independent clinical trial sites? As we know, clinical research is wildly misunderstood. Too many investors, sponsors, and site networks believe that it's a regulatory endeavor separate from traditional healthcare practice. Here's a reality check. Under most state laws, and specifically under Texas law, engaging in clinical research is considered the practice of medicine. Now, why does this matter? It matters deeply. It means that research sites are subject to the same rules as physician practices. This includes the corporate practice of medicine doctrine. What is the corporate practice of medicine doctrine? It strictly limits ownership and control of medical practices to licensed physicians. Non-physicians generally cannot own or direct medical practices, and by extension, research sites that conduct clinical research procedures. Subscribe to DarshanTalks for critical updates like this, including clarifications, because ignorance is not a defense when regulators come calling. Around this point, this is when I get people asking, isn't clinical research different? We're not actually treating patients, we're studying drugs. Well, the answer from state boards is clear. If your study procedures involve medical judgment, diagnosis, or treatment, you are practicing medicine.
Enjoying our content? We'd love to hear more. Please like, comment, share, and find more.
That's why you're signing a 1572. Your PI is at least. And that's why you need to comply with all state medical laws. I have a question for you guys. Have you ever audited the ownership structure of your research sites to look for corporate practice of medicine compliance? I can tell you that most sites I deal with have never done that. Most sites say, well, everyone else is doing it, must be okay. And if you choose to do that, that's totally okay, but recognize that there's a risk. Comment below or message us because we want to hear from you and talk to you further about this. So now if you're running, sponsoring, or investing in research sites, you must treat them as medical practices. Well, what does that mean? You want to ensure that investigators are licensed in the trial state. Usually this is done, but most sponsors aren't typically looking at this, but it's worth looking at. Sites should be doing this themselves. You need to verify ownership to ensure that it complies with state law. This is more for sites. Sponsors, it's not a bad idea to look. I can tell you that most sponsors are not doing it. Get the appropriate malpractice insurance. Sometimes it's an add-on to your actual malpractice insurance that you already have. Sometimes it's included. And why do you think it's included? Because it's part of the practice of medicine. And if it's not included, it's an extension to that same liability policy. Next, you need to engage local healthcare counsel or someone like us at the Kulkarni Law Firm.
Find related podcasts below.
Cutting corners can mean disaster. It could mean lawsuits. It can result in unwound deals and, of course, reputational damage. Protect your research investments and operations by working with experienced counsel. At the Kulkarni Law Firm, we help sponsors, CROs, and investors structure their research business compliantly and stay ahead of enforcement risks. Contact us today to ensure that you're prepared, not exposed. Call, click, or email